Alright guys, so we're going to get into our first workout video. Today we're going to target work with a suspension trainer on resistance training. That is training very similar to how you train with free weights in a gym or the different gym machines. The difference being now we're going to use a device that can kind of do a little bit of everything and can allow us to change load on our own. That load change is very similar to the idea of increasing weights on a stack or increasing the weight on a dumbbell. In this case, all we're going to be playing with is gravity. Like I said, it's going to get a little bit nerdy and hopefully that'll keep it fun. First thing I'm going to do from here, though, is explain how I dose exercise. The idea being that we want to know why I'm picking different numbers. The basic continuum of resistance training is either for increasing the strength a muscle has in terms of absolute raw power it can produce, or the endurance of a muscle. How many times can it repeat an activity at a given load? So we can do the same thing in terms of addressing how we're going to get towards that by affecting how heavy we're lifting and how often we can do it. So if I'm lifting a heavier weight, I'm obviously not going to be able to do it as many times, but it's going to force my body to adapt towards lifting the heavier object. Versus if I pick a little bit lighter weight and I can do it more frequently, it's going to force my body to adapt to lifting it more frequently. Now it does not mean that our body's energy systems aren't adapting when I'm lifting towards strength, or that I'm not adapting strength when I'm lifting towards endurance. However, how fast we're going to see those adaptations is the bigger change. So, if I'm lifting, usually we say around between 8 and 12 repetitions is where we think strength grows the most, and endurance tends to be on the lower end of the curve. Versus if I'm hitting about 15 to 25 repetitions, I'm probably going to see more changes in endurance, how long my body can keep going. That's not to say that you're not going to hit both sides, it's just what are you targeting most. Now, if you go somewhere in the middle, you're probably going to see a little bit slower progress towards each end, but you're going to be addressing them both at the same time. There's nothing wrong with picking one area to focus on and deciding how you want to work. What I want you guys to do is determine how many of a certain type of exercise you'd like to do based on what your goal is. Are you trying to gain strength and therefore usually a little bit more on terms of size? Or are you trying to adapt the body's energy systems and therefore more endurance? It'll keep you a little bit leaner, but on the same time, sometimes that's the look you might be going for or the type of activity you might be trying to adapt to. Things where you have to lift frequently and often throughout your daily job, you probably got to look more for the endurance end of training. Versus people who are trying to bulk up, get a little bit of a specific look for a certain costume, often on the superhero end of things or different mythical characters. Now we're going to expect that we have a little bit more mass. You're usually going to have to try to lift on the lower end of repetitions and the higher end of weight. Knowing what weight is usually the next hardest part. So, thankfully we don't have to do weight specifically when we're working with the suspension trainer. All we have to do is adjust how much resistance our body feels. So when I set out a set of repetitions, which means one group of doing things without a break at all, I want to feel like I can do maybe 2 or 3 more repetitions with good form and without completely collapsing in fatigue, as opposed to trying to, if I pick a weight and I can only do 8 of them, then I go to 8. If I pick a weight that I could have done 25 at and go to 8, we're going to see 2 different changes. Often, if we lift to absolute fatigue, or let's say I can do only 8 bicep curls at a certain weight, I'm actually going to adapt a little bit slower because it affects my body's ability to recover. So we actually expect that people who lift in that middle range where I can do maybe 2 more, 3 more, are probably going to heal a little bit faster and therefore actually make their gains a little faster. On the other hand, if I'm lifting too light, which means maybe I could have done 30 repetitions, but I'm choosing to only do 15, I'm not going to see that adaptation because I'm not challenging my body. Our body works under a simple principle. If you don't use it, you lose it. If you challenge it, your body will grow. So I have to create that challenge. You should feel like you are nearing fatigue, meaning you probably could not do many more at the end of a set. That said, don't push it all the way to the limit, because early on, especially as you're starting to exercise, your body won't always respond as well. It can sometimes increase your soreness to almost intolerable levels. So that's what we're starting with. Now, how many sets is appropriate for exercise varies by the person. We do know that just doing 1 set is absolutely okay. We see great adaptations at that level. The more sets you do, the more your body is usually going to adapt. I'll often have people do somewhere between 1 and 2. There is a point of diminishing returns. If I do 8 sets, yes, I am going to grow a little bit with each set, but I'm not going to see statistically nearly as much change. And we tend to see the biggest drop-off tends to occur after set 2. So usually doing 2 sets is plenty of any given So the way we're going to set up this program is I'm going to do 2 sets of each exercise, and based on where my goals are, I'm hoping that I can put enough resistance on my exercises that I can only do somewhere between 8 and 12, because my goal is strength right now. That said, you guys are more than welcome to change over how you're doing this. So now we're going to go over the workout itself. What are we doing here? Well, first up, we are going to start with warming up. I want to pick exercises that use a lot of different muscle groups without necessarily taxing them all with fatigue. If I don't have great blood flow in my system yet, if I've been standing statically and talking at a camera for a while, it's a good idea to get a little bit of blood flow in there. Starting with cardio as your workout, whether you're doing a walk or jump rope like we talked in the last video, is great. But if you're starting cold into stuff like this, it's not a bad idea to do some warm-up sets. So what I'm going to start with is rows. All I have to do is pick an anchor point, and I'm going to pick a little bit lighter resistance than I would if I were really trying to challenge myself, just to get my blood flowing. I'm going to do about 15, where all I'm trying to do is extend my arms and then draw them back, trying to almost touch my shoulder blades together and back. The muscles being worked here are, of course, the muscles that bend my arm, the biceps, the muscles that are gripping onto the device, obviously. Up in my shoulders, we're also seeing the muscles that extend my elbows behind me, and between my shoulder blades, we're seeing those muscles get worked. So this exercise is often given as a back exercise because it tends to work a lot of the muscles in the posterior region. Of course, your arms are still working here, but it doesn't tend to be the main focus of people doing lifts like this. So it's a nice basic exercise that gets a lot of that warmed up. The front half of my body and the back half of my arms, however, have not been touched, so we're going to do a modification of the push-up. The reason I like starting a lot of people with these, especially if you're less active to begin with, is the further my feet are from the anchor point, the easier this gets to do as an exercise. The further back, the harder. So you can adjust it to the point where if you've not been able to do push-ups for a while, you can still start working on them. Again, the muscles that I'm trying to do in this workout are going to be more along the front of my body. Things that push my shoulder forward, move my entire shoulder girdle complex forward, like my pectorals, but also the triceps are going to be working and extending my arm. Obviously, we talked about how we need to have balance in the body, so we're going to work on making sure that not only is my upper body working, but I should also be doing something towards my legs. You see I'm squatting a little bit deeper than a lot of people have traditionally been told. More research lately is finding that it is not dangerous to squat down low. However, it is something that you're probably going to want to work into. Many people will find that, especially if they haven't worked in a while, this can really hurt because your knees are being put under more load than normal. Now that pain doesn't mean damage. What it does mean is that your legs aren't quite ready for this. So it's okay to do smaller squats or use a little bit more support from the TRX to help you through. But going through these exercises and working a little bit of a challenge is going to help you build towards that. Now let's say I've done somewhere about 15 or so repetitions at this light load between my back, my chest, and my legs. Now I'm ready to get into a little bit more of a demanding workout. So we're going to pick a couple exercises that target different aspects of the body. We're going to go over what's called the push-pull rule. That means for any muscle that works in one direction, I should also work muscles that go the other direction. So that's actually what we're going to start with, an exercise called a fly. I'm going to have my arms straight out in front of me, and all I'm going to do, keeping them relatively straight, is lower my body towards the ground, trying to keep it relatively straight. The reason I'm trying to keep straight is more so because the more I bend, the easier this exercise gets. If the exercise is too challenging, of course, again, I can move forward, away from my anchor. If it's too easy, I can move back and make it more of a challenge. Trying to find a point where I can challenge for about 8 to 12 of them, but I could probably still do about 2 more. I'd rest and then do another set. To work my back, I do something similar where I'm leaning back and away, keeping my arms relatively straight, and working into that more shoulder extension point. Again, working between my shoulder blades and along the back of my shoulders into that direction. So we're working the front half of our body and the back. 2 sets of whatever set of repetitions is challenging for you and targets your goals. If I'm targeting more into the arms, again, I can still use the suspension device, but I keep my arms elevated and work just at bending my elbows. Now I'm targeting more along the bicep end of things. If I roll over, Keeping my arms straight out again, and let my elbows bend and extend. Now working the extensors of my arm into the triceps. One of my absolute favorite exercises for the legs is going to be something more along the lines of the lunge, where I'm stepping back, touching my back knee to the ground, trying to keep my knees at about 90 degrees, and standing back up. The closer you get to the ground without touching, the more challenging this is. If you rest your knee on the ground between each one, it's going to be a little bit easier. If you go lower, it's harder than if you stay up a little bit higher. Work at your body's challenge level. If you need more support from your arms to make this doable, that's okay. If it's feeling a little bit too easy, of course, you can take this away. You can also, if you're trying to work really into a challenge, prevent that back leg from touching the ground at all, working more on just the one leg, and of course switching to the other side. I can also raise my front foot out and create more of a challenge that way by changing the look. And the nice thing about exercises like this is as my knee bends and extends, the quadriceps are working. But because these muscles cross multiple joints, as I work the back portion of my leg, anytime I extend my hip, which means I go from a bent position to straight, my hamstrings and my glutes are also going to get a workout. So I can actually hit a lot of birds with one stone with this exercise. So we've only gone through a really basic set of exercises here. Push-ups and rows, elbow flexion and extension, chest and back, and working both of the main muscle groups of the legs. If you guys are doing something like jump rope, you've already hit one of the best exercises for your calves. It's a nice, simple routine. It doesn't take too long to do those multiple sets, and hopefully it'll get you guys started. In the future, we're going to go over other exercises with the TRX that can make things even harder as you progress along. We'll go over things that can change things up, but hopefully this gives you guys a nice base for where we're starting. If you have any questions, let me know.